Welcome to the most must-see YouTube channel. Welcome to Heels and Faces. Heels and Faces. I am Siabulela, aka Sub-Zero.
I'm Lwazi Falsak, aka Falsetto.
So let's get into the show.
Yeah. Firstly, we need to get straight out of Firstly, we need to get a few things out the way quickly. Heels and Faces is not some fashion, beauty, makeup tutorial YouTube channel. No. We're not talking about heels
or faces.
We're talking about heels as in the bad guys in wrestling lingo.
And the good guys, the faces.
So in essence, we'll be talking about the good guys in wrestling, the bad guys in wrestling, and everything in between.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Like you. So anyways, Extreme Rules took place this past Sunday, July 15th, I think.
Yeah.
And the Monday morning, actually, in South Africa, you know, time zone things and whatever. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's a perfect start for us. We have a lot of content, so I think it'll be
just
run through it.
Yeah, just dive right into it.
Right into it. So we started off with the kickoff show. The first match was Almas
and Sin Cara.
What do you think of that match?
I think the important thing here is, was it supposed to happen again? You know, because we actually had this match on SmackDown Live the week before.
That's true.
So it was a clean win for Almas. I wasn't sure whether we actually needed a repeat of that. Although I have to say the match was great.
I enjoyed it as well. I think both guys shone. Almas is amazing. I know him from NXT days. Sin Cara also surprised me because Sin Cara is usually just a mediocre guy, but he stepped up. And the moves that we were seeing there, I was just getting blown away. And of course, you got to see Zelina Vega as well.
Oh my God.
My favorite. Oh my God.
Oh my
God. The next match that we had on the pre-show was New Day versus Sanity. I know you have some feels about that. Tables match.
Should it have been a tables match? I think honestly.
What should it have been, Galo, if not a tables match?
I don't know, something a bit more severe. Go TLC. Go.
Yo!
Ahead,
You can't have a TLC match like on a pre-show. Come on.
Why not? It's New Day. New Day and
Day rocks. New Day rocks. Bop, 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 bop. They wanted to get both teams on the show. And it's Extreme Rules, so that's why they decided tables match.
I felt like though they could have actually set it up better, because I mean these are two big teams.
Yeah, we could have had a longer build.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And the match itself though,
high paced.
Yeah, I like the dives. The
dives were incredible.
There was one particular one. I think Kofi Kingston stepped on the Sanity members like from the top rope onto their shoulders. I was just like crazy.
Kofi is still doing the most, bro.
Yeah, Kofi's a cheat. Then
and I don't think Kofi should have taken that out.
Okay, that's true.
He should not have gone through the table.
I remember we watched it together, so you didn't like the finish because it actually came out of nowhere.
It was very
the elbow from Eric Young onto the table. Yeah, it's a pity he had to take the elbow.
It's very anti-climactic.
New Day doesn't lose much from it though, I would say. So
they're still strong.
Yeah, they're still strong. But Sanity really needed this match because they've been losing. And they just debuted on SmackDown. So I'm glad Sanity won. I want Sanity to go to SummerSlam, face the Bludgeon Brothers, who we'll be talking about on the main show coming up soon. So
moving along.
Yeah, let's get into the main show. So we started off with the Raw Tag titles. It was the B team, the best team. I love their song. Their theme song, I love it. Like these battles cause mediocre guys who were just put together started doing
the absolute most.
So the match was decent, but I think that there were a few talking points. Firstly, we had a tease. Bo Dallas versus Bray Wyatt, the two real-life brothers. But they didn't do anything. They just like looked at each other. I was like, "Hi, boo, come on."
And even when they were in the ring together at some point, it wasn't really, as like what we expected, man.
Yeah.
We wanted a lot more from a brother versus brother.
Exactly.
Kind of scenario.
I mean, we've had legendary brother versus brother matches. Owen Hart versus Bret Hart. Taker versus Kane.
Brothers,
yeah. Also, for me, I think the finish was very anticlimactic. Matt Hardy's taken like 2 straight L's in a row. Now it's the third one on Extreme Rules. He just came across very weak.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think it
should have been more hard fought for me.
Yeah.
For me, I liked the the win that the B team actually won. They do deserve it. They've been working very hard. And I thought this match would have happened at Money in the Bank, so I was bummed that it didn't happen there. But they obviously wanted to build it up more, which was good, which is what they didn't do with Sanity versus New Day. They just started. Both guys deserve it. They're hardworking guys.
Also good for their careers.
And what I enjoyed as well was they post celebrations like throughout the night. They just kept going, just doing the most. Next match, Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. For me, I have to get this off my chest. Constable Baron Corbin. Like, if you check what he does, he actually goes to JoJo and he's like announce me properly.
Get it right.
I like that.
Love
I like
you,
that.
JoJo. I really do.
The whole corporate Corbin, Constable Corbin, I'm not really about it. And this match could have been on the pre-show for me. I would have put the tables match, Sanity vs New Day, on the main show, this match on the pre-show. As much as I love Finn, I know you love Finn.
Yeah, I absolutely love Finn. I don't think I'd put Finn on the pre-show at any point, man. I mean, he's
a main eventer, former Universal Champion.
Exactly, man.
First Universal Champion, who hasn't got his rematch in over 2 years.
But that's another topic.
That's another topic.
But I mean, Finn definitely, I think they're just trying to make him look stronger again. You know, giving him proper wins, building him up for a possible main event.
Don't get your hopes up. And speaking of proper wins, I was hacked that it was a roll-up win. If you're going to beat Baron Corbin, who's bigger than you, coup de grace. Right. That's what you need. Not a roll-up win where you I just need to win.
Exactly.
Obviously, they want to keep both guys strong, but for me,
the Constable Squanderer, honestly.
Constable Squanderer.
I mean, for him right now, he has a gimmick that's working for him. He's doing the whole
it's
corporate
annoying.
Kane. It's the corporate
It's
Kane.
a corporate Kane thing. Yeah.
I mean, Kane was getting L's like no one's business, but he was still at the top of the top of the food chain, exactly. So,
but this was a forgettable match for me. But at least Finn won. It could have been better, but
lukewarm at most.
I was ready to move on to the next thing. I was just like, okay. And then we had the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. Asuka versus Carmella with your boy James Wonder. The Chinless Wonder. James Wonder. Suspended above the shark cage. What did you think?
Shark cage, maybe unnecessary. But
WWE likes the shark cage.
They've been doing it a lot. But I feel like Ellsworth's involvement, you needed it because of the whole Carmella Ellsworth situation going on. Yeah. But I mean, I don't think I wanted Asuka to take another L, more especially like that. Had it been a no contest, I think I would have been okay.
You can't have a no contest on Extreme Rules. You need proper finishes.
I would have been okay with
me, I liked the whole match. I knew Asuka was going to lose, so I wasn't going to get my hopes up. The streak is over. You can see, but she's just there to legitimize Carmella's reign. So it was fine, and at least it wasn't just like that kick. I hate that kick of Carmella's. So at least there was the whole Asuka went into the cage, and then
ending was anticlimactic.
For me, what was bad was the post-match shenanigans because Asuka lost. Then they tried to rebuild her by having her beat up Chinless Wonder. But
I mean, that's just Ellsworth.
It doesn't help her.
Exactly. If I had to give it a rating, it would be a thumbs down for me. Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah, man.
It gets a
lukewarm.
It gets a lukewarm for me.
I think we should actually do that. Rate things according to maybe hot, lukewarm, or just cold.
Okay, all right. Nah,
keep doing that.
We can do that midway through the matches, but okay.
It's all good though.
Then I know exactly what the next match is gonna get. It's getting 2 thumbs up. Hot. US title match. It was only a couple of seconds, but it had everything you needed. I love the fact that the king of low blows did exactly
Shinsuke Nakamura.
This heel run has been so good.
He's actually doing very well as a heel, man. Maybe even competing a lot better than he was as a face.
Maybe actually, yeah. So before the match, as the ref is still going to put the title outside, low blow.
Bruh.
Jeff Hardy, of course, being the gullible / good guy. I still want to fight. Okay, sure. Ding. Kinshasa. 1, 2, 3. Boom. I was so shocked, but I was happy. Shinsuke Nakamura, US champion. He needed this as well. He couldn't afford to lose. He was in a long feud with AJ. If he had lost this as well, then he would have been.
He actually needed something to boost him. I love the fact that the match was shorter than a Kanye album too.
Oh! But then we weren't ready for this. I hear voices in my head, they counsel me.
Oh my god!
Literally, who is this? You know this. I literally jumped on top of it like,
oh my god! He's back!
Like
Randy Orton.
I didn't think I'd react like that to Randy, but I did because I didn't expect it. Like he's been gone for a couple of months, and out of nowhere.
What I love the most,
what
he did, man,
comes through.
Face Randy. No,
he's okay. He's okay. Face Randy only works because like we respect him.
Yeah,
but actually he's best as a heel.
Exactly,
slithering and doing the most.
So him going and doing what he did to Jeff, low blow again.
Not even a normal low blow. He literally like crushed.
No, that was.
This makes a very interesting dynamic because now Shinsuke thought Randy's coming for him, but Randy's going for Jeff. So, or maybe for Jeff and Shinsuke. So who knows? Because Randy's a former US champ, so he just lost it recently. So. I don't know. But I like this. This was the high point of the night. So
Randy is actually taking L's from both of these guys. That was in the past.
Oh yes, you're right. Actually, Shinsuke beat him last year. He's the number one contender. Title.
So I mean, he has a bit of beef.
Yeah, he's got some beef.
He's gripe with both of these guys. So yeah.
So I put this segment, everything from start to finish, 2 thumbs up. Hot. Kanti. The night wasn't over. Next match, cage match.
Oh my.
Braun versus KO. I think everyone knew, Braun is just gonna do the most. He's gonna throw Kevin around like a rag doll, but
which he did.
The interesting parts of the match that you liked.
Oh man! Oh, I love the fact that KO actually kind of stood his ground. He was a very smart competitor in this match. The handcuffs. I didn't see them coming. I mean, it was smart.
I actually thought he was gonna win because then after handcuffing him, beat him up a bit, then he started climbing. I was like,
then obviously Braun is Braun.
Braun just rips the
handcuffs. The right man just breaks that, dude. One swing of the arm and they were broken.
Did you see how he climbed up the ropes and in the cage? I was just like, this guy is so big to be doing this.
I thought they were gonna break the cage.
Next thing, both I commend that cage for handling because KO is a big guy himself. Braun is even bigger. Both guys on top of the cage. I called it. You know this. I was like, are they gonna do a Mick Foley moment?
Oh my god!
They did exactly that.
Exactly. Plus the ring.
The base of the ring.
So imagine, man, a man being thrown from that height and then just crashing down on the table.
What killed me as well, like the impact, and then Michael Cole went into the cameraman. Next match, SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. The Bludgeon Brothers. Of course, we were paying tribute to them.
I don't know.
This match,
I've got mixed feelings. I give this one more of a lukewarm type of.
I think lukewarm is fair as well because I mean there was the whole backstage. That happened. So the Bludgeon Brothers, they attacked Daniel Bryan and Kane. They took the hammer. They broke his leg with the hammer. They put a door, smashed the door onto his leg,
and that was shattering. My shattered dreams video.
Yeah. And so essentially, the match was a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Yeah.
Shout out to Daniel.
Yeah, he did.
He hung with the boys.
Yeah,
2-on-1 is not easy.
Especially against Bludgeons.
Yeah, Bludgeons can trash 3 people.
Easy. New Day? 5 actually. New Day.
Usos. True. But I'm glad the Bludgeons won. I think they're on a good roll. Even though you could feel when the Bludgeons won, the energy in the arena just went ew. Because we love Daniel so much. And next match, big surprise. Lashley versus Roman on this spot.
Lashley versus Roman.
I thought it was going to be the main event. And I was not even mad, because I feel like both guys, they worked very hard in the build-up to the pay-per-view, and they're both big names. So I was like, main event, no doubt about it.
Basically, ego versus ego. You can win with any of that. It was more like a Hulk Hogan versus a Rock kind of situation.
Let's not stretch that.
You know how they put Roman on a pedestal.
They do. So they do that.
It's basically what they're trying to make him be, the Rock.
And the match, what did you think of it?
Slow start, but it built up.
I think a key moment for me was the FU that he did over the top ropes. Hey, and Lashley landed bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad.
Do you hear the sickening thud?
That was bad. And there was a moment as well where we both thought that Lashley's out of it because he was so sloppy that
he was very groggy throughout the match. I mean, sure he got the win, but they could have made him look a bit stronger during the whole match.
But the finish, let's talk about the finish.
Oh, lovely man. I'm so happy.
Spear, poetic justice.
Beat your man with his own finisher.
Bruh. What? And a clean win over Roman on a pay-per-view is so rare.
Exactly.
So I was just like, okay, now we mean business. Lashley versus Brock.
This is happening.
Book it, Vince. SummerSlam. I'm ready. I think okay, not 2 thumbs up. It gets 1 thumb up for me. It was hot.
It was a good match. Physical, I give it 2 thumbs up. It's a hot for me. It's a hot for me. Yeah.
Alright.
Definitely a hot for me.
Then we went on to the Women's Championship match, Raw Women's Championship. Alexa versus Nia Jax. Extreme Rules. Finally going to settle their differences. Ronda Rousey's in the crowd. What did you think of this match?
It was more about everyone else around.
Yeah.
Like during the match, more Ronda and everyone else.
There was a lot of like moving parts. Natalia.
Exactly.
I was like, why is Natalia there? But it made sense towards the end because okay, she got attacked and then they're friends.
Exactly.
Ronda came to make the save. What's her name? Mickey James. She was around there, getting tossed. Yeah, the women's championship, I would put it lukewarm.
Yeah, pretty lukewarm.
It didn't do much for me.
I just like setting up that. I like the fact that they had. It was pretty high paced. I mean, there was a lot of stuff happening.
They used their weapons. I like the trash cans, chairs, which is unusual
in a women's match.
Yeah, so I like that, and especially because big versus small. So
equalizers.
Equalizers. Yeah. So that match was decent. How Rusev versus AJ, second last.
I mean, this is a WWE. I don't know how I felt about it, to be honest, since
we know how big a Rusev Day fan you are. Rusev Day.
They're playing down the WWE title with it, you know.
It hasn't main evented in a while.
That's exactly.
And Brock isn't even there.
Exactly. So I mean, the biggest title on that pay-per-view should have been the WWE Championship.
I like the video package, the promo that they did,
awesome.
The whole Rusev Day calendar thing. It made you think, okay, maybe this is a Rusev's time.
Exactly.
Shock victory for Rusev. But I said this to you as well. I felt that if AJ is gonna lose, he's not gonna lose on a B+ pay-per-view. I'm sorry, Extreme Rules, but he has to lose it. I mean, he's had a nearly 8-month-long title reign.
True.
Longest title reign since 2013 CM Punk. So he's not gonna lose at Extreme Rules. But there was still that element of, okay, maybe there's a shock win, Machka kick. Aiden English on the outside. Actually, Aiden English played a role in this match. So
in a role in Rusev's demise, like AJ still your WWE champ. So this begs the question though: what is gonna happen to Aiden? You know, because you remember
I feel like the feud is coming.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
Because you remember Lana tried to separate the two anyway.
True.
And it was just a thing of okay, so does Rusev actually have ground to kick Aiden out of Rusev Day?
I think so. But I don't know if that's a pay-per-view worthy match. Especially SummerSlam. SummerSlam is going to be loaded. Like all these pay-per-views have been like 12 matches.
Yeah, true.
So I don't think Rusev versus Aiden is going to be priority, but we'll see how
it depends on how. I mean, they're both pretty good on the mic. No lie.
Yeah, but as a match and in terms of the hierarchy.
Aiden is basically jobber status.
True. But he's had a good run, both of them for that matter, since October last year. So
I mean, they're good as a pair. I honestly don't.
Yeah, the separation is not necessary. Main event. Then it was clear. Iron Man match. I got keen when I realized, okay, it's going to be the main event because simply put,
man,
Dolph and Seth both so talented.
Dolph actually gave us a teaser.
On the kickoff show.
Yeah. It was like, wherever we are on the match card, we are the main event. Yeah. So we were like, okay, maybe, just maybe. You know,
this guy's being for real. And I think it's the first time IC title's been the main event of a pay-per-view since like 2001.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I wasn't even watching WWE then. Main event, Ziggler, 30 Seth, Drew on the outside. Because of course we had on the previous Raw, Drew versus Seth, which was a dope match. If Drew lost, he wouldn't be at ringside, but Drew won. I like that. That usually doesn't happen.
Yeah, it made the match between them a lot more interesting.
Exactly. Then we had then we had that spell where they were like, Seth went 3-0 up, and we had a bit of a Super Brew predicted thing going. So I think I predicted 3-2 to Dolph. You predicted 2-1 to Dolph. Right?
Yeah, I predicted 2-1 to Dolph.
3-0 to Seth. We were both shook. Across the crowd.
Actually, what was going on?
What just happened? Then he made the comeback.
With the
some
assist,
interference
of course.
From Drew. Of course, the Scottish Terminator. But I like that name. I didn't like the other name Dolph was using on the kickoff show.
The Psycho.
The Psycho, whatever. Like, Drew's not a psycho. Like,
no.
Drew's just
he's a Terminator.
He's a Terminator. Let's stick to Scottish Terminator. Please. And the finish, 4-4 draw.
4-4 draw, sudden death. Bruh.
I like that Kurt came out in Pittsburgh in his hometown.
Exactly, because I thought like it was going to end as a draw. That would have been a very...
It wouldn't even be lukewarm.
It would have been cold.
It would have been cold. Yeah. I like that he restarted. It can't restart quick. Drew pops up out of nowhere and then zigzag onto Seth Rollins. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. Dolph Ziggler retains.
Man. But honestly, brilliant match.
Brilliant match.
And
I think overall, the pay-per-view, I think, gets a hot. It was a good pay-per-view. It kept our attention.
Yeah.
And I think...
Should get a hot.
It gets a heart. Let's give out some more awards. Let's give out the OMG moment of the night.
Oh,
I think it's clear.
It's clear.
Obvious.
Braun Strowman
Tossing KO
into the table.
Yarr! That was crazy. Like, I could watch that over and over. OMG moment definitely goes to bro. Then I think match of the night. What do you give it to? That's a bit of a tough one.
It is.
Low key, you could say the cage match was the match of the night, but I think the cage match was helped by the moment.
Exactly.
It's not like the match.
Yeah, it was pretty much one-sided for most of it.
Even the US title, I want to give it match of the night, but how can I give it 3-second match of the night?
I'd probably give the IC title match.
I think IC title match.
Deserve it.
They deserved it.
I mean, 30 minutes non-stop.
Then I think the show, of course, is called Heels and Faces. So we need a heel of the night. Who was the biggest heel of the night? The baddest dude on the show. The guy who just made you like, you're so bad, you're good. What do you think? Who would you give it to?
I don't know. I quite like what Randy did though.
The star.
So I definitely give Randy
the heel of the night.
Heel of the night, because I mean it was unexpected.
Yeah.
We thought he was going for Shinsuke.
True.
All of a sudden he switched up on Jeff.
Yeah.
Heel of the night for me, definitely Randy.
My heel of the night has to be Dolph Ziggler, I would say, simply because he had Drew on his side, and retaining in that manner, sudden death.
Okay. Yeah.
And for me also, what made him a great heel in that moment, he made you feel sorry for Seth. Face of the night?
Face of the night.
Who's the guy, the most likable guy?
Definitely Daniel Bryan.
Okay, yeah. Even though he lost it.
He lost, but I mean, against those odds, still going at it. I mean,
2-on-1.
I'd say that's the best babyface thing you can actually do.
Fair,
you know, like against all odds, I'm still gonna go for it.
Yeah, true.
You know.
My face of the night, I think the B team.
The B team.
They wild.
Actually,
those guys are so wild.
Yeah.
I like them, and the fact that I feel like they were the underdogs though.
They were
because they glorified jobbers, and they won the tag titles. What? Nah, beating these battles cause. Okay.
He really likes that.
I like that song. I like that. I really enjoyed this. This has been our first episode of Heels and Faces, and I believe there's going to be many more to come. What do you say, production manager? Injan man.
So born.
So guys, definitely catch us again when we're doing Heels and Faces. I don't know when the next video is going to drop.
The next one needs to be a review of the next Raw and SmackDown.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So expect that soon from us.
Do subscribe to our channel, like and share. I've always wanted to say that. I'm so happy.
And subscribe.
Yeah.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
My name is Sab0.
I was ready to bounce.
My name is Sab0. This is Falsetto, and this is Heels and Faces.
Boom.
I got some dirty shit to pick up at the dry cleaner. I got a tidy bitch to pick up, I got love Selena. Shawty hop up in the whip, but I ain't never seen it. Shawty love the way I whip it in a 2-seater.